Hello everyone. In today's video, I will discuss about Michael Foucault's concept of discourse. Discourse in today's time is using very often by the students, the researchers, the social thinkers or social scientists, and but its proper use and its proper understanding is lacking. What I have observed. So, in very general parlance, people uses the word discourse, but it needs to be understood properly from the Michael Foucault's works, because Michael Foucault is the thinker and a philosopher who contributed a lot in the sociology with his concept, the discourse. Michael Foucault used this concept of the discourse in his book, The Archaeology of Knowledge, and he used the discourse concept for three meanings. That is, three different kind of meaning he touched with the use of the term discourse. Number one is the general domain of all statements. Second is individualizable group of statements. Third is regulated practice that accounts for a number of statements. So these are the three important the meanings he attached with his use of the term discourse. So the first one, the general domain of all statements. Now here, domain means what? Domain means the general, the area, arena, or the field of study, field of knowledge. Then comes the statements. Statement is not simply the utterance of a sentence in a conversation or in any interaction. Here statements means the idea. Statements means the ideas which are already shared and gets the public acceptance or acceptance by the masses or the society in general. So these statements are called as these things are called as the statements. So statement, the general domain of the statements, that is, statements belongs to which domain, which area of the knowledge, which area of study, or which field of the society. Here I am giving you the example of the discourse deviance in society. So discourse deviance in society, how we can understand this discourse deviance in society? Because of certain statements like homosexuality is antisocial, adultery is antisocial, intercaste marriage is antisocial. So these statements, these are the ideas which are not acceptable in the society, which everybody knows, all the members of the society knows it, and all these statements belongs to a particular area, that is particular domain. It is called the deviance, social deviance. So all this belongs to the social deviance. So this social deviance becomes the discourse. This is one meaning of the discourse of the Michael Foucault, that is general domain of the statement. This is just one example. Many such examples are there. For example, the discourse of the medical science. So discourse of medical science is one particular domain, one area. It has many evidences through the statements that the modern medical the practices are rational, modern medical practices are scientific, the people must get the treatment from the doctors, from the modern medicines. These are certain statements which are related to the medical discourse in the present time. So this is the first meaning of the discourse, that is general domain of all statements. Second meaning Michael Foucault attached is the individualizable group of statements. What does it mean? It means the statements that forms a collective whole. Here I am giving the example. the feminism, the secularism, the socialism. These are the certain examples. So these are also the discourse, because these are the collective whole of many ideas, many statements. For example, the feminism. Feminism is a overall discourse. So this feminism has many expression through statements and the ideas like the women's liberty, women's rights, the equality, prevention of the discrimination, providing equal opportunity, protection of the dignity of women, and many more things. Many such ideas, statements are there, but all these statements and ideas are collected as a whole through the feminism. So this is called the feminism discourse. Similarly, the secularism. Secularism is a overall a collective discourse. It has many expression through statements and the ideas like the equal respect of all religion, or prevention of the religious discrimination, or the prevention of the religious interference in the states, and many more such ideas and statements that ultimately forms or collectively forms the secularism as discourse. So this is the second meaning, that is the individualizable group of statements, that is the collective whole. There is certain ideas and statements forms a collective whole and forms the discourse. The third meaning Michael Foucault attached with that with the concept of discourse is the regulated practice that accounts for a number of statements. What does it mean? It means that there are certain rules, regulations. There are certain rules, regulations which are not written, which are unwritten, but which produces, which results the discourse. That is, discourse come out from these unwritten rules, regulation, or norms of the society. Here I am again giving you the example. There is a activity, there is action, we can say the action in any of the college or university, particularly in India, that students stands when teachers or professors enters in the class. So nowhere in the institutional constitution it is written, or nowhere in any of the country's constitution or any law book it is written that students have to stand up once the teacher enters, but the students follows it. But what will happen if students do not follow? If students do not follow, then the students, this particular student or the group of students will be considered as deviant or the mannerless. So this is how this unwritten rule is very strong, and this unwritten rule has developed the discourse of the classroom, discourse of the educational environment in Indian educational institution. Another example I am giving you, the younger members of the family touches the feet of the elder members for in order to provide the respect, and the daughter-in-laws, particularly daughter-in-laws who touches the feet of the father-in-law for showing the respect. So these actions are completely unwritten. Nowhere it is written as law or norms or rules. But if anybody who violates, if anybody who do not follow it, the person will be considered as unsocial, or antisocial, or the mannerless. So this is how it has become essential part of the social practice. So people follows it. So this is how family discourse get shaped. This is a particular family discourse. How? Because of these rules, this family discourse, this Indian family, when we say Indian family, there are certain kinds of rituals and social practices get attached. and we can understand the Indian family because of this discourse. So these are the rules and regulations that produces or that leads to the discourse. So these are the three important meanings Michael Foucault attached to the concept of discourse. Now Michael Foucault is more interested in the third meaning, that is rules regulation. According to him, this rules regulations regulates the discourse. Now again he arises the question like whether the rules regulation produces discourse or discourse shapes or guides the rules regulations. There may be both. We cannot say that rules regulations only produces discourse. Sometimes it produces the discourse, sometimes existing discourse reshapes or modifies the rules and regulations of the society. So according to Michael Foucault, the discourse has a very strong connection with the power. That means the discourse which exercises a power over the peoples, over the members of the society, it exercises constraint over the human mind, over the human action and thinking. Michael Foucault believes that this discourse can be the source of both oppression as well as resistance. Means discourse can oppress the people, can suppress or can constrain the people's minds thinking, and also on the other hand the discourse can be the resistance of existing the social order or existing the existing ideas or the knowledge. That means once a new discourse comes, it takes over or replaces the old discourses or the previous discourses. So this is how discourse also keep changes. Once discourse, one form of discourse which oppresses the peoples, a new type of discourse may come that replaces the oppressive discourse, and again a new discourse come. But it does not mean that new discourse will not oppress the people, because the way discourse controls the people is oppression, is a kind of exercising constraint according to Michael Foucault. Here I am giving the example that Michael Foucault also used, that human beings understands their body, their own physical body and even mental state of condition, physical state of condition through the discourse, that is through medical discourse. There may be a question like the medical science objectively defines the human body or the mechanisms that works in the human body, then how or what is the relevance of discourse? So there is a relevance of the discourse according to Michael Foucault, because a particular discourse in a particular period, that is particular medical discourse in a particular period, defines the nature of works of the human body, nature of the nature of the illness and diseases in the human body, nature of its treatment, and the way of the recovery of the human the illness. Mainly these things are defined by the medical discourse in a particular time, and human beings or the human members of the society also understand their body, their every state of this state of health through the discourse. Very relevant and important example we can give is the COVID-19, that I will discuss in one particular video, that is the medical discourse, how medical discourse defined or reshaped the COVID-19's the influence or the consequences in the society. So this now peoples of the entire world is aware about the health, about the precautions, about the health and hygiene and others. Why? Because the medical science of the global world defined this COVID-19 as a pandemic, as a human threat, and that is how now the members of the society started understanding their health in a different way. So this is how the discourse helps, discourse constrain people's mind, people's thinking. People don't think subjectively, rather people uses a discourse as a means to understand anything. Even their subjective thinking is also determined by the discourse of a particular society. So in today's video, this much I have discussed, and it will be continued. There will be numbers of videos on the Michael Foucault, and one separate video I will make on the COVID-19 and the discourse. Thank you for watching my channel, and please like the video, put your comment, and recommend others, and subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you very much.